Good morning, people. I just watched a YouTube video from one of my favorite content creators, Nubreed. Um, he accompanied me for years, and I got a message for you, but for you all. But first, I want to really thank Nubreed and appreciate the change he is going through because I noticed that people who inspire me and make a real actual change in my life often are a little bit extreme. I'm not saying I'm not following, and I'm not considering myself an extremist, you know, but people need to have a certain boldness and not walk on eggshells to really reach you, that you need the extra push sometimes. And Nubri did that for me in terms of clarity and being bold about an opinion and standing up for your rights. So I want to thank him, and he inspired me to change. But I also see transparency and change in him, in my opinion, in my perception. When we look him, by the way, there is a similarity, when you look my videos on YouTube that are 3 years old or two, you see me having dreadlocks, and he had dreadlocks back in the days as well. But other than that, he was back in the days, he was how could I say it, more in attention, fighting mode, fight mode, um like in rigid, but I don't know, and had some extreme views, and I'm not gonna go into that. I'm not here to talk anything negative. I want to put out a positive message about him, and he is a human being just as we all are. This means I see him doing a lot of positive things, and he helped me. it, he helped me brutally. And this is why, if I see small mistakes, a human being has a full spectrum of colors and ways, and you will never find someone who is perfect. If you talk about someone who is so perfect, and this is idealization, we don't want that. And you need to be if somebody idealizes you and gives you the feeling that you are the best they ever met and you're perfect, run as fast as you can. Now, okay, let me get back. So yeah, New Breed was in a more tense state back in the days. Like on the edge of getting bitter, or to being, I don't even know how to say what I want to say actually. So as if he is, in fight mode, very concentrated, not smiling so much, not as relaxed as he is now. So what I want to say is, we see this change in him. He has breakthroughs now. He is reaping the fruits of his work, and immediately he shares what he has learned with us. So he's not a highly competitive content creator that uh, you know that tries to keep everything for himself. No, he shares the truth about content creating. He teaches us. As soon as he has the success, he knows, okay, this works, I'll share it with my community, and this shows authenticity and true intentions. I just want to put out my thank to him. And also, he changed his views in things where at the beginning I thought, oh man, I can't follow him if he repeatedly says these things. And he changed in exactly this thing. And this really, I'm really grateful for that. Um, so I'm not blindly following anyone, and I stopped following a lot of content creators if I found out they have just opinions that I can absolutely not support. And yeah, I'm not gonna go on much longer about this topic, but I still don't support everything anyone says. Also, New Breed sometimes says something I'm not supporting 100%, but he's a human being and it's his opinion, and he does so many things for me that it is okay for me to understand that everybody's rough around the edges and not everybody is the way I want the people to be, and that's fine. That's this where we live in a world. The world is this way. All right, and I'm reacting right now to a video about the dirty section of YouTube that he made. And I also want to tell you that I'm following him because, so to say, I was discarded, ejected, coerced out of my own family where I married into in dirty ways. I have been treated bad. And the people who are acting covertly, cowardly, and backstabbing in a backstabbing way, they are people who are on a certain spectrum, are highly competitive, but they avoid to be confronted in in a fair way. They doing the game their way, that the way they learn it, the way they can do it. And this is my point of view, my experience, okay? Um, and I'm saying this because I was very okay. I was very tempted to get on the dirty section of YouTube and just slander and talk bad about people, like um, reacting with hate to hateful behavior towards me. And I'm inspired by this content that Nubreed just brought with his new video about this topic. And I want to really reflect on myself too. And it will change my content in the future as well. I stand to everything that I said. And the thing is this, the thing is this. I had just right now had a revelation about my past when I reflect about it. And I was in a social community. I'm a father, I'm a family father, and lived in a small village. And I was just in this whole picture, in all the relationships necessary, working, and you have children and all this stuff. And I realized now when you go through an event like that happened to me, this discard and coercive control pattern as I perceived it, and all the neutral persons, all the friends, all the other, no matter how close or far the circle is of relationship, I'm talking about whether it's close friends or just, colleagues, whatever, anybody who is connected to your family, the neutral people become flying monkeys. So when you get out of that and you're discarded and coerced out of this, you need to leave, basically cut contact to every one of them, because the neutral people are flying monkeys, which means people who talk to both sides of this story that happened, you can talk to them because you are open and not highly competitive, and you have instinctually the best interest for all at heart, while the highly competitive people that are on a certain spectrum, they will use all the information they have against that individual that they are projecting on and scapegoating and black sheeping. I just had this revelation to understand why I had to leave all the people behind and cut contact with so many people, even neutral people. And yeah, the reason I just told you. And when this happens to you, that people doing you wrong and traumatizing you and your children, and you want to confront the people and talk about that, but they reject all kinds of, they close themselves, and you leave everybody behind, then the only thing that is actually left for you is to write it in a diary, go to a therapist and pay him for listening to you. Or, yeah, for me, this is the reason why I created all my social media. I was not on Instagram, not on TikTok, not on YouTube before that, but actually I used it to kind of just express my thoughts, and it was a reaction that, I wanted to address it directly. I wanted to communicate this with the people who did it, but they rejected this. So yeah, I just want to put this out as a message, but at the same time, I want to implement this inspiration again from Nubreed. He's still making strides. He still is on the move and ahead of the game, and tells us how to stay clean when you are being, you know, in touch with a lot of dirt and, this kind of stuff. Yeah. Thank you, everybody, and stay blessed.